Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome back to another episode of KimUnity Soulutions Podcast, where we turn workplace challenges into real-world solutions. It is so good to be with you all today. To any of my new listeners, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. You are listening to a podcast that speaks on real-life experiences and challenges as well as their solutions. So let's get into it. I am your host, Kim the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. My question for you today, and the topic is, does love make you selfish? Does love make you selfish? Have you thought about that? If you were ever asked or been accused of being selfish, you would say, no, I'm not selfish. I help those in need. I go above and beyond. I make myself available. That's what I would want done for me. Right? Is this you? I try to make sure everybody has what they need. If anything, I'm selfless. I put everybody's needs before mine. Right? Sometimes you'll hear someone say, well, matter of fact, I need to take some of my time back. I am reclaiming my time because I go out of my way to help others. Is that the only way that selfishness plays out? I'm curious about what you think about that. Now, let me give you the definition of selfish so we can all be on the same page and we can really think about this. When I looked it up in the Oxford Dictionary, they describe selfish as lacking consideration for others, chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines it as being excessively concerned with oneself or one's own well-being to the detriment of others. Seeking or concentrating on one's own advantage, pleasure, or well-being without regard for others. So in both of these definitions, basically what it's saying is that selfish is putting your own gains, your own profits, your own benefit over someone else's. Is that the only way, though? Is that the only way that we display or can be displayed as being selfish? This topic comes up because I remember having a discussion after a gym workout, and it was about 4 of us. So normally after a workout, we get together in the parking lot and just have a quick conversation about what's going on. And it was about 4 of us. It was 3 women and a gentleman, right? And so one of the women was saying how she had a busy day. She had to go and check on, I believe it was her mother or her sister. It might have been her mother in a nursing home or hospital, something to that effect. This happened months ago, so I don't remember all of the details. And so she was explaining everything that she had to go and do for her while she was there. But she wasn't asked to do these tasks. She wasn't asked to come in. Her mom, we'll just say it was her mom in this scenario. Her mom did not ask her to come and help her do anything, come do her hair, wash her clothes. Her mom didn't ask her to do this. So the gentleman in the group said, "You're being selfish." And we all had to turn around at him and look at him and say, "What do you mean she's being selfish?" And he says, she didn't ask for that. You're doing that for you. And so, of course, all the women are like, no, she's not doing it for her. She's doing it for her mom. She's taking care of her mom. And so he said, no, that's selfish because she didn't say she wanted that. So we had a little debate, and we all thought each of our own thoughts were the primary winners, right? They overrided the other person's. And so I had to even bring that conversation home to my husband. Like, what do you think about this? And so he was like, well, I get what he's saying, but no, that's more selfless than selfish. And I want you to just think about that. Would you consider that act or those acts as being selfish? The definition is lacking consideration for others, chiefly concerned with one's own personal profit or pleasure. So in that scenario, no, she's not concerned about her own profit or pleasure. She's worried about her mother, right? We'll call her Miss J. Miss J is worried about her mother. So all up until recently, I agreed with my own point of view by saying no, she was not being selfish at all. Now you tell me, what are you doing for someone else's good where your actions benefit them, but you want it more for them than they do? Let me ask you that again. What are you doing for someone else for their good, for their benefit, not for yours, but for theirs? But you want it more for them than they want it for themselves. Can you think of anything? You see, this type of activity, I still couldn't see as being called selfish. Do you? When I think about all the scenarios or instances where this could even take place, I'm thinking of, okay, maybe someone's child is addicted to drugs or alcohol and they're trying their best to get them away from it, even though they're not ready to quit. Or even in the same scenario, you're taking care of someone who hasn't really asked you to take care of them. You're doing it out of the own goodness of your heart, but you're not doing it for your own sake. You're doing it for theirs. Are you experiencing this right now? And if so, what would you call it? Would you call it selfish or would you call it selfless? Now, let me give you the definition of selfless. The Merriam-Webster defines it as having or showing great concern for other people and little or no concern for yourself. More concern for others and little to no concern for yourself. That's selfless. Where's the in between? Because I don't think selfless applies either. Because then you're not caring about yourself at all. When really, you are really exemplifying that you care more for the other person than they care for themselves or their scenario or their situation. Are you pushing your desires for them onto them? That is the question. When I put it like that, I can see how he was right. I can see how the conversation I had after my workout, I can see how Mr. H was right. It's not that we don't want what's good for them. We want better for them than they want for themselves. At what point, though? At what point do you say, okay, since you don't want it, I don't want it. Just call me when you need me. Sometimes that makes us feel like a failure. Sometimes that makes it feel like we're not doing our job. And when I say it like that out loud right now, it's about me. It's about me. I'm saying that I'm doing this for them, but they don't want it. They need it. It's for their good. It's not for my detriment at all. It is for their good, but they're not ready for it. This goes in the same category as unsolicited advice. Have you ever given that? Have you ever listened to someone's story or they're sharing a pain point with you and you try to throw out some solutions with a good heart, with good intentions, but it wasn't solicited? That's what this is. Is that being selfish? No, I wouldn't say that's being selfish, because you're really trying to help. What do you think? What do you think? I know some of you are thinking, I thought you said what this was about workplace challenges. How was this work related? It's work related because you work with people. You work with different people who are going through different experiences right now. Every single day, someone is going through something totally different. That's why it's about workplace. It's about people. You wonder why they have an attitude. You wonder why they're nice one day, but upset or sad or angry the other. They're going through something. And we have no idea. It's about managing. It's about being emotionally intelligent. It's about being mindful. It's about being understanding, extending grace and empathy, and welcoming and communicating. Because if you were to communicate, maybe you could have a better understanding. That's what this has to do about workplace challenges. We're people. That's what is forgotten sometimes. Yes, there's ChatGPT and robots and everything else, but we still have to deal with people and their emotions and their current situations. But I really want you to think about that right now. Sometimes the ones who have big hearts, get hurt the most. And maybe it's self-inflicted. Maybe you are spending so much time helping those who are not ready for it, who want it, but they're not there yet. And yes, you want the best for them. And they know you want the best for them. But at some point, it becomes painful for both of you. Have you ever experienced that? And it's okay. Again, we are speaking at the human level. Have you ever experienced that? The purpose of this episode today was just for you to think about it. Just to think about how your actions impact those around you. Many times we think that it's only if we're doing wrong or if we're hurting someone intentionally, doing something negatively, that brings about the most pain. But sometimes we can be doing good that causes pain. It's very painful. And I just want you to think about that. This won't be a long episode today. I just wanted you to think about the other side of selfishness. We can't always go by what's written. We can't go by what's already defined in these dictionaries. I analyze everything. I get to the root of it. You can be selfish and it not be to the detriment of others. It could be for their good. And are you wearing yourself out trying to help everyone who's not ready for help? It's not their fault. It's ours. It's ours. And you know what I'm pretty sure of? They love us anyway. They love us. they recognize what we're trying to do, there's just other things that we have to take into consideration. And the first is their desires, not ours. From what I'm told, because I've never had to thankfully go through it, but if you know someone who is addicted to something, you can't make them go get help. They have to be ready for it. I'm not sure the percentages of what's been successful or unsuccessful. I'm pretty sure there are some scenarios where maybe the percentages are very low, but sending to someone to rehab without their willingness or readiness have been successful, have shown, positive results. But a majority of them, you have to be ready. It's like losing weight. Yes, I know I need to lose weight, but I'm going to eat this last cupcake because it is here and I need to get this. It's the last one. I might as well just get rid of it. Because on Monday is when I'll start working out. And no one can come and tell me, okay, it's time to lose weight. You can't make someone be ready. It has to be their desire. Something has to click in their brain. And I just wanted you all to just think about that. While you may have good intentions, you may be selfish. I'm your host, Kim the SME. I hope you enjoyed our little conversation today. Comment, like, follow for more conversations, more thought-provoking conversations just as today's. Thank you for listening. Be blessed, and I will be speaking with you all next week. Have a blessed one.